All right, I don't know about you, but I'm already in the process of planning my trips for next year. We're going to 4 different countries. I'm already bought some of those flights. I think I'm still bleeding from the cost of some of those flights, man. But of course, we got to talk about my travel accessories for next year. I did this video maybe about 6 months ago, and since then things have changed. I got the 15 Pro Max now, so everything is USB-C. Well, not everything, but we'll talk about that. But I figured let's go ahead and do another best travel accessories video since I'm always switching my gear up. When I'm thinking about traveling, I'm also thinking about all the tech that I carry with me because I'm a tech person. That is a part of me. I have to provide tech for others on the trip, like my girlfriend. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Some of these products you probably have already seen before. Some of them might be new, but just rock out with me. And I'm pretty sure something out of this video, you'll be able to drop in that Amazon cart or wherever it's at, and it can benefit you as well. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is power. All right. We got to talk about power and things because I got a bunch of tech that I take with me, and I got to give it to the Nomad 130-watt charger. Now, this right here holds me down for all of my power needs. Now, normally when I travel, I don't bring my MacBook because I'm normally not doing a lot of work when I'm traveling on vacation. I try to keep that at a minimum, but of course, we're going to have other pieces of tech with me, whether it's battery chargers and a lot of stuff that you'll see in this video, but it's able to charge up to 3 devices via USB-C. Now, when you charge just one thing, it's going to pump up the whole 130 watts. But of course, if you try to share the charging between the different ports, those charging scenarios will change. Some does 30, some does 70. It kind of varies. And I always like to put the pop-up on the screen of how the charging does, but I just love it because you take something like this. If I did want to carry my MacBook, this is smaller than the MacBook charger. You have the fold away prongs, which is very stiff. And once it's folded up, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it adds a little bit of size to the overall package of what you're carrying it with, but I got a little solution to that, man. You just pay attention to, more into the video a little later, but the Nomad 130-watt charger, plug it in, charge up 3 devices. I mean, I love this thing right here. It has held me down. I haven't had any issues. I've already traveled with this thing this year when I've gone abroad, and I plan to do it again because this thing has not let me down and it always checks the boxes. Now, staying right along when it comes to chargers, Nomad just really handles all of my charging accessories. Not all of them, but a good bit of them. But when you want to keep things a little bit more small, you want to keep things a little bit more compact, you got to give it to their new slim line of chargers. And these are going to come in the 65 watt and the 35 watt. And when I tell you these things are teeny tiny small, I mean, just look how small these things are. I'm not even sure if camera does them any justice, but I mean, look at my palms. My hands are pretty big. And just look at that, man. These things are absolutely tiny. Now, the differences between the 65 and 30 watt, obviously, is going to be that speed. But when it comes to 65 watts, you are going to be able to get 2 Type-C ports on the bottom of these. So that works very good, in my opinion, when you were talking about this. It just has nice fold-away prongs. They kind of store very easy, very thin. You can slide these in your pocket. You can slide these in a little bag, a little side pocket. But I have a one-stop solution for all of those storage needs. And then when it comes to the 35 watt, it's going to be even tinier. It's going to be even smaller, but this one is only going to give you 1 Type-C. So between all of these, between both of these slim chargers and my 130-watt charger, I basically have all the charging solutions I need to be able to plug in and charge everything that I need to charge. So Nomad, once again, is always holding it down when it comes to my power traveling needs. Keep knocking out the park, Nomad, man. They always do a good job. And they have some other little chargers as well that you can pair with these just fine. Now, before we continue, I got to get a shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's going to be July. Now, when July reached out to me, this was a match made in heaven because me and my girlfriend, before I even talked to July, have already invested good money in their luggage set because we believe in them. They have held us down through all of our countries that we travel. And I think you're going to like some of the things that they offer as well. But today I do want to showcase their Carry On Pro with the snap sleeve on the front of it. Now, when it comes to their Carry On Pro, this is going to be made of aerospace Germany polycarbonate shell. So it's going to be durable. You can throw it around a little bit because you know how TSA loves to handle your baggage. They don't care what type of baggage it is, man. They're going to throw it and they're going to do what they do with it. It does have an integrated TSA lock. If you like myself, I love to lock my stuff up when I travel because you just never know. Your bag may get lost, and like to keep things protected up in the inside. 20 height multi-step handle. I absolutely love the handle because they literally stop almost every single way to go. So you'll be able to let my son pull it if he had to pull it, or up to my big self. I can pull it and I have the perfect height when you were talking about pulling it. YKK zippers. It has a July Y strap compression system, which I love because we pack a lot of stuff. When we pack a lot of stuff, you got to make sure you get all that stuff up in that bag and press it down and you'll be good. And just like I stated, man, they have a lifetime warranty. And not only that, when you flip it over on the inside and when you're talking about packing your clothes, I love the accessories that July has because you can use their packing cubes, which keeps everything very, it makes you basically pack a little bit more organized. If you're not using packing sales, I'm not sure what you're doing. July has their own package sales, which is of course goes in perfectly into their bag. Close it up, you are good to go. Now, when it comes to that snap sleeve in the front, this right here is going to be made for you to slide your either iPad in there, or if you have a MacBook, doesn't matter what it is, slide it in there, slap it on the front of your bag, and away you go, and you will be good in an all-one solution. And not only that, normally, when I travel, I have a power bank with me, but there is no need if you go out there and get yourself a July carry-on because they have a built-in removable 10,000 milliamp hour external battery, and that kind of eliminates me from even packing one of my Ankers or anything like that. It has multiple ports of choice that you can choose from, made out of a very sturdy material. Just make sure you take it up out your bag when you throw it in TSA and when you go through security because they will flag it, and then you got to go back and get it. But man, it's good that they include a external charger because it works perfectly. It lasts plenty long, and we have used these things for a very long time. So make sure you hit the link down below, man. Go out there, check out July Luggage. We love them. I stand by them because I already personally have spent my own money in that ecosystem. You're looking for a quality bag, you can't look any further than July. Let's get back to the video. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about cables. Now, what sort of cables do I have going on? Because of course, we got a bunch of accessories and I like to keep everything USB-C, but I'm not quite able to because of one piece of technology on this list. But here are some of the cables that I choose with me. And of course, I have multiples of each of these right here. Now, the first thing up is going to be the ChargeKey. This is also from Nomad. I almost could have included this in the Nomad section, but when it comes to the ChargeKey, I love this because you can put this in places that's very small. Not like that, man, but you can put these in your bag, your pocket, your little sling bag, whatever it could be, you can slide it in there and it is actually good to go. And what this could be used for, say you have an external battery or something like that, and you need to just give it a quick boost and you don't got time to whip out one of these long cables. You don't need any of these long cables. You might want something small to go from your phone to the battery pack, not waste up a bunch of space when you were talking about, using space, because when you're traveling, all the space, everything, is calculated. Go ahead and pick up a ChargeKey, man. It's perfect. And even if you're not traveling, you throw this on your keychain and you get the same functionality of it. So I love the Nomad ChargeKey. They make a lot of these on Amazon, but I love the fact that it closes up via this magnet and it's going to stay together no matter what. So Nomad ChargeKey, absolutely love it. Now, when it comes to Type-C cables, I am a Type-C cable snob. I love my high quality cables. I use a ton of them, all right, between Spigen, Kadabe, Nomad, but the one that I've really grown fond to is the Baseus. Now, I know Baseus is not new to my channel. You guys heard me talk about the external battery packs and things like that, but when it comes to their cords, I love it. They got a nice, durable, flexible, braided material, but this is going to be rated up to 100 watts. So if I'm bringing one of my bigger pieces of tech with me, like the MacBook Pro or something like that, I'll be able to charge it without any issues. But if not, this cable is still going to hold me down. You can kind of keep it all together because they come with an included little organizer strap right here, come in all different sizes. This is just going to be the 3-foot one, of course, 6, and they go long as, however you want to go, but grab them on Amazon, quick and easy, nice quality. This is a brand new one that I haven't actually opened up, but I usually take about 3 or 4 of these bad boys with me just to be safe. So go ahead and pick it up, man. This is going to be a nice quality cable and it supports all the speeds that you need it to. And last but not least is going to be the Nomad universal type cable. Now, I like this because you never know, especially on long plane rides. We're going to Singapore next year. That's going to be a 17-hour flight. You never know what kind of charging solutions, ports that they have inside the airplane. So I love this one because it gives you a few different options. And of course, you're going to have your standard USB. Now, you already know planes these days, a lot of them haven't upgraded to that Type-C. You still got the plain fat USB. So you're going to be able to have to plug this in and you are good to go. Now, vice versa to that, you also have a Type C that's plugged into it. So not only do you get both of these ports, flipping it over on the other side, you're going to get a micro USB. Now, a lot of stuff, at least a lot of stuff that I have, doesn't use micro USB, but you can, if you need to use it, so be it. That July external battery pack, it has a micro USB cell up there, so you never know what you may need. But the other end also has another lightning port. So this just gives you functionality to charge from a few different ports without having to carry a bunch of different cables with you. And that's why I like, man, when you're traveling, toning down on your things so you will be good to go. It just makes it a nice all-in-one solution. All right, staying ride along power, but this is going to be power that you can take with you. The first one was going through chargers, different things like that. Here is going to be my battery packs that I use of choice. Now, I do have three that we have right here. First one up is going to be the Anker 5K Nano. Now, the reason I love this and the reason this is on the list, man, because this can be the perfect on-the-go charger if you just need to grab your phone, slap it on right here, and you go about your day. It'll begin charging 5,000 milliamp hours, so you already know this isn't going to get it to 100%, but you can just about get from 0 to around 70-ish%. Use it in emergency pinches, you know what I mean? And also, you're going to have your lights down here at the bottom. You're going to have your power putting the button there, and on the opposite side, you're going to have a Type C in case you want to hardwire, or maybe you want to charge something else. You don't have a lot of juice, but sometimes you can boost it up just a little bit. I like this because it's small. You can throw it in your pocket and you can kind of use your phone and use this battery pack at the same time. So I really love the 5,000 milliamp hour. You fold that prong down, and once again, this is very small and portable. Next up, the Anker 633. Now, why do I have this up here and why do I have that up here? This one, in my opinion, can do a little bit better because if you're sitting somewhere, say for an example, you're somewhere and maybe your significant other is using one of your charging ports. You never know. You can pop this in and you might have movies on your phone, and you can pop this up, and let me get it to where it'll stand up if I can get it right. There we go. You can pop this up and use the included kickstand to watch some movies, watch some content, whatever you want to do, and still be able to charge it if need be. And also, you can use that Nomad ChargeKey if you want to kind of have a small charging solution going from the battery pack to the actual phone. So I like to keep a MagSafe charger with me. That, in my opinion, just always keeps things very convenient. You just never know when you may need this type of power or any one of these. You just never know what you may need. And also, when we are traveling, we also like to have a 3-in-1. I don't like to have multiple chargers that do everything. And this new compact Mous 3-in-1 charger, I recently just did a video on it. I've really been liking this, although I feel like it's not the best quality. Once again, space is everything when you're traveling because we like to come back with things. You got to be small, convenient, and portable. And I feel like that's exactly what this does. You plug it in, and I don't have a Type C available right now, but you basically plug it in. I'll be sure to pop that video up there above. And this is going to be a spot for your iPhone, your Apple Watch, which is have a pop-up little right here, and your AirPods, and you charge them. Normally, I don't travel with my AirPods, but you can have a little 2-in-1 solution with your phone and your Apple Watch. This is also Type C, very small. This thing is literally the size of a credit card. So the build quality is a little bit questionable. I'll probably carry with a backup solution with me. I'll actually link my backup solution down below. That's going to be the ESR travel pack, a little bit more big, a little bit better quality. I also may throw that in my bag just for backups, but right now, I think for the travel season, I'm going to give this little Mous charger a try because it's so small, but yet charges up 3 devices, and I feel like that is a a little convenient feature. So video later talking about the longevity of this, but it's being so small, I had to throw it in my travel plans. Now, I know some people are like, T, no way you're doing all this traveling. You don't have anything to watch your multimedia on. So real quick, of course, we got these 2 things by default. Do I even have to talk about these 2 items? First thing up, AirPod Maxes. Now, hopefully by the time I travel next year, maybe they would have come out with another pair of these. I don't think so. I think they're slated towards late 2024 to come out with a new pair. And I love these. Don't get me wrong. I love my dear AirPod Maxes, but the lightning cable, every other thing that I have is Type C. I want to Type C everything. I don't want to have to carry a lightning cable with me, but for this case, I always got to keep one little dingy lightning cable up in there, and that's for my AirPod Maxes. Noise cancellation, battery life, sound quality. Y'all already know what it is when you travel, man. But you never know. I'm thinking about Sony XM5s or the Bose QC, whatever they have out there that's kind of rivaling this. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below, man. But so far, the AirPod Max has always helped me down on my long flights, and I don't know, man. If I could have something that's Type C, I'll probably rather go with that. But If not, these can have one little hoorah for one more year. But trust me, when the new versions come out with Type C, that'll be the first on my Christmas list. And then my iPad, my baby right here, man, my 12.9-inch M2 iPad Pro. Of course, before I leave, I load this bad boy up with a whole bunch of moves that I've never watched before. You load it up and you are good to go. My iPad, I can do a little bit of work. I can send a little bit of emails, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When I'm traveling, I don't want to deal with any of this YouTube stuff. I don't want to deal with it. I kind of want to just get off of it and not get back on until I step foot back up in this house, man. But that's gonna be kind of my multimedia of choice, man, when it comes to my iPad and my AirPod Maxes. I just need something with that Type C, man. Last, I think I said last but not least on the previous product, but this one right here is gonna be the official last but not least. You gotta have you a sling bag. And it's no telling where you go, you always need to have a sling bag, because when you travel to some of these countries out here, all of them just isn't so nice. We've had situations where bags get stolen, passports get stolen. You need to make sure you have a sling bag that's able to hold all of your things. That's going to be a little bit waterproof, so you happen to get into a rainy environment, you will be protected there as well. TomToc has held me down, and I love this sling bag. This thing has already have some passport stamps of its own because it's so big, and the capacity just holds everything that you need it to hold. So when you're opening this bad boy up, say you got all your stuff with you, man. We're just gonna throw everything that we got. We got our iPhone right here. Say you need to take the battery chargers, you need to take that. Say you need to take your 3-in-1s, you got space for that. Hell, you might even want to take your 130-watt charger. And you might need to even take your 2 small slim adapters. You never know. You might just need to take all of these little things with you, zip it up, and you still have a bunch of space to go. I mean, you just throw it over your shoulder, and then you ready to do some tours. You ready to do some hikes with this bad boy, man. So the TomToc Sling Bag, absolutely love it. When I go places, passport, phone, you can take your watch off. If you got your AirPod Pros, your chargers, your cables, whatever you need to put in here, you can put in here and you are good. So when you're traveling, man, make sure you always get a very nice sling bag. And I love TomToc. Nice, very sturdy. This thing has held me down and it saved me. Because I think we were in Turkey and it was pouring down raining. I had this thing drenching wet. Everything inside was bone dry. But that's going to be my top accessories, man. Hopefully you found something in this video that you can go out there and use, man. Once again, shout out to July. I cannot vouch for a brand even more because I've already bought into the brand. I absolutely love their product. So let me know, man. All links down below. Go grab something, man, and get ready for your next travel season.